What is up, you guys? This is your boy Andy Matrix. I talk about anime, manga, video games, geek culture, and Japanese culture. So here we are once again talking about Square Enix, and this time they've done something really surprising, okay? I'm here at Eurogamer.com, and it says Square Enix sells off Western studios and IP intellectual properties, including Tomb Raider and Deus Ex. The Embracer Group for just $300 million. $300 million. That's really cheap. Okay? They sold all those studios, all those games for $300 million. That is really, really cheap. Okay? And we're going to get into that right now. But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit the notification bell for future notifications. And like this video. I'm on a journey to get 1,000 subscribers, and I very much appreciate your help. So thanks a lot, guys. Okay, so do you know why? Do you know why Square Enix is selling off its Western studios? Because, I mean, I was thinking, if Square Enix sells off its Western studios, then maybe they will focus on the games that people really want, which is Final Fantasy, you know, their RPG titles. Other RPG titles sell a lot. They make a lot of money. And basically what Square Enix was known for. You know, Dragon Quest, shit like that, right? Other Western titles, they haven't really been doing much with them. They just bought them, but they don't know what to do with those. They just own it. Right? So let's go ahead and read. It says Square Enix has sold off its Western studios for over 50 intellectual properties to Embracer Group for $300 million. 300 million, that's too small. That's too little money. And Embracer Group, they're basically like a media company. They own a lot of things. I think they own Dark Horse Comics. They sold themselves to Embracer Group. So if you ever wonder who, you know, what is the Swedish company that Dark Horse sold themselves to, it is the Embracer Group. Who knows what they're doing with Dark Horse now? But anyways, this is the first time I've heard of Embracer Group. I had no idea who they were, but you know. I said the sale, which is set to go through September this year, means Embracer owns Crystal Dynamics, Eidos Montreal, Square Enix Montreal, as well as IPs including Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Thief. I heard this game was really good. Legacy of Kain. The amounts to around 1,100 employees. Just selling them off, right? It says, right, and then it goes on to say, it is in note to press. Embracer said it sees an opportunity to invest in these franchises, Tomb Raider and Deus Ex. Yeah, because freaking Square Enix, they weren't doing shit with those companies, you know? Like, stop wasting your time on that and focus on, you know what? I think that maybe if they sell these companies, then they'll finish up Final Fantasy games and Kingdom Hearts games much faster. Because back in the 2000s, Square Enix would release one game per year, at least one game per year, 2 games per year, right? Those days are over. But we're gonna get to the part. Because I mean, take a look at this. You know, Square Enix, like, they lost millions of dollars with the crappy Marvel Avengers game. They've been trying to profit off of Western games, but they don't know what to do with these companies, right? You know, it's like, you know, and then recently the president of Square Enix said, if Japanese developers imitate Western games, they will not be able to produce good games. And you would think that this is why they sold all these properties, right? For $300 million. Again, really cheap price for selling all these companies, right? But there's actually more to it. Right? So we're gonna keep reading here. It's a $300 million figure for the deal has raised eyebrows in the context of the huge sum of video game companies have sold for recently. At least $1 billion. At least $1 billion, for God's sakes. I mean, look at it. Sony bought Bungie and its Destiny franchise for $3.6 billion. Indeed. Embracer bought Borderlands maker Gearbox for up to $1.3 billion. And Square Enix is selling theirs for $300 million. They were really trying to get rid of it. Oh, you know, I guess they said, you know what? Let's just take these and just get rid of them, and let's focus on something else, like Final Fantasy, right? That's what you're thinking about, right? We'll get to that in a moment. It says senior analysis at Nico Partners, says Daniel Ahmad, tweeted to say Square Enix Western studios have underperformed for numerous titles. Yeah, they have. Kind of like the crappy Avengers game. The really crappy Avengers game. Hey, you know, I just think Square Enix, they don't know what to do with these titles. You know, they're not used to, you know, these types of games. I think that's one of the major problems. It said, with the company biggest growth coming from Japan-made mobile games, mobile phone games, and MMOs, Final Fantasy 14, hello, right? So they're gonna stick to what they know. They're gonna stick to what makes them money. They're gonna stick to what that made them successful, right? It says, according to Ahmad, Square Enix had looked to sell the Western studios for a while. Yeah, because I think they bought it sometime in the mid 2010s, right? And here's the kicker, right? Here's the kicker. Square Enix said the sale to Embracer enables the launch of new businesses by moving forward with investments in fields including blockchain, artificial intelligence, and cloud gaming.
What? What the fuck?
That's what they're going for. They're going for blockchain, which is essentially NFTs. Right? They're going for NFTs. That's what they want. This is what they want to push. This is not what the audience wants, right? Because, I mean, we've already talked about this. Square Enix got a lot of shit, a lot of backlash when they back in January or December when the president said that they wanted to get into the NFT business, but games freaking hated it. You know, the gamer community hates that. You know, we don't like NFTs. We don't want to keep paying for things again and again and again and again. We just want to sit down and have fun. You pay $60, $80 for a game, and then that's it. You plug in and play, and you go. Right? But that's not what Square Enix is planning, you know? Again, Square Enix isn't backing away from NFTs in games, right? Is that this is from April 18, just a month ago from the time of this video. They're not backing down. I mean, they really want NFTs. But the majority of people don't know what NFTs are. They don't know how it works. And they hate the idea of continuing to pay for things, right? So this is why, man, oh man. When I heard this news, I really thought, okay, so they're going to sell off these companies and they're going to focus on, you know, Final Fantasy 14. And they're going to go back to the days of Squaresoft, you know, when they used to finish games, when they used to finish one game in 1 year, right? Rather quickly. But no, they're going to focus on artificial intelligence, cloud gaming, which, you know, a lot of people are still iffy about it. I mean, you know, because for a while, you know, Square Enix has been making stupid decisions, buying up companies that they didn't know what to do with. You know, because the reason why they bought all these companies because they wanted to get into the Western market, the Western gaming market, because it's huge, right? It's huge. But like the president himself said, if they started imitating Western games, then they're not gonna make good ones. He was definitely right about that. You know what I think too? I think Square Enix is just embarrassed that they really couldn't do much with these other franchises. They were trying to do too much at once, and you know they overloaded. They overloaded, and now they're just trying to get rid of the load and give it to somebody else that can handle it, right? But we shall see what they're going to do now in the future. Hopefully, we get Kingdom Hearts much faster. Now that they have less on their hands. Hopefully, we get Final Fantasy 16 much faster. And hopefully, they keep building Final Fantasy 14 because it's a really successful online game. But whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below and like this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. This is your boy, Andy Matrix. Godspeed.